What's going on, guys? I have three squad battle teams I want to bring to you guys. I spent time in the lab, I talked to a bunch of people, and I really feel like these are some of the core teams for the meta moving forward. Let's get into it. What's going on, guys? Kigerr here, and like I said, I have three teams I want to bring to you. First one is the first one I immediately thought of when squad battles came out. If we go to team settings over here to teamwork, you'll see our teamwork effects. On the left right here, it says what the ability is, but if you look on the right, it'll say applies effect on placement team. That means if I go over here to attack, my team 1 right here is the placement team 1 and placement team 2, meaning whatever effect I have on Star-Lord, Captain Marvel, and Iron Man affects all three, but does not affect Captain America, Strange, or Scarlet Witch. Now, uh, the first team I want to talk about is Captain America, Doctor Strange, and Wolverine. Let's talk about them one by one. So, Captain America right here applies a barrier at the start for 20 seconds. So, if he's first, then Strange, then Wolverine, when Strange comes in, he will then get his own barrier. When Wolverine comes in, he will get his own barrier. That's already tanky off the back and really shows you the direction this team is trying to go. So, if we look down, Strange's recovers HP per second. So all three are going to have a natural HP recovery. Now, the other two characters, being Wolverine and Captain America, are two characters who have been known for HP recovery in the past. So if you have that on your boots and you have some other ways to work with it, then this passive ability from Strange just really ups their survivability, as well as he does in fact bring his confusions, his clones, damage. Just he is a very great support character. Last but not least, Wolverine absorbs percent of damage as HP. This is lifesteal, whatever you want to call it, from other games. Damage you deal is healed for you. This will also be affected by HP recovery. So you do more damage, you heal more, but if you have more HP recovery, you also heal more. All three of these have very small increments when you look at their teamwork bonus on the side. So I don't recommend doing Wolverines, Stranges, or Captain America is like mid tier. I will be doing a breakdown of which ones you should be looking into, but this is like an okay one. The only another option that you have here is you can swap out Strange for magic above, short range damage, and uh, damage received, damage reduction, uh, and it actually scales pretty decently. It says short range for whatever reason. That is melee damage and melee damage decrease. All three of the characters really rush in. And this, if you go in that direction, you can also do a wannabe guard break team. Next, I want to talk about my actual guard break team of Spider Man, Captain America, and Iron Man. So you already saw Captain America has the shield. Spider Man gives dodge. Now, he gives 24% right here and 4% per level. He's a very good one to put teamwork crystals into, because right here off base 24, ignoring max limit 1 second out of every 7 seconds, which means if you have another character, not Spider-Man, at 75% capped dodge, this will put him at 99% dodge. If you put one level into it, making it 28, they will have 103% dodge, which is pretty ridiculous. They can have 175% accuracy minus 101, 74% chance. Goes up 4% per level. You It can be really nasty. And we know it goes past level 10. We don't know, assuming 15 or 20, probably 20, and 4% per level, which is a ridiculous amount. Last but not least is Iron Man. Iron Man is skill cooldown, 7.2% every 7 seconds. It also has a good scaling effect of more cooldown percentage, and why these three work together for guard break. So Captain America is known for guard break. He has two specializations for guard break. His adamantium release, when he does the release type skill with the 4 charges, it consumes all 4 charges to do 30% bonus damage and 30% guard damage. Bonus guard damage. He also has a shield toss. A lot of people have been using shield slice for the bleed for another one of his specializations, but the double damage to flyers is key in squad battle because all flyers are flying. So may as well. Then Spider-Man. Spider-Man, if you go into the second or third version of his spider grenade, it has high or highest guard break, and gyro ball, which everyone likes, you can do grand slam, which is a highest guard break skill. I also really like cross counter, just swings back and forth, which is also another high guard break skill. That's a set it and forget it. No one dodges, everyone just kind of sits there in it, and he just really chunks people over and over for guard damage. Last but not least is Iron Man, and this is going to be interesting because instead of spin blades, you can use battering ram. I will show you. 1 second, let me go to Iron Man. Iron Man's going to be in the third team as well, so may as well show you guys what I'm talking about here. So, for companions for the second team, the first team, we'll talk about those as well. Once I go through this, I'll show you real quick. Spin Blade, Battering Ram. Increase guard damage received by 42% for 10 seconds with a highest guard break on it. It has an 18-second cooldown. If you have max cooldown, it has a 9-second cooldown, which lasts for 10 seconds. So you will always have 42% guard damage on them. Now, if you don't want to go for Battering Ram, the other options would be Magneto, and Scrag is still viable here. So Magneto starts at 20% and goes up by 1% per level, and Scrag, I have her at 5, and she goes up by 0.9 per level. I think she started at 15. Yeah, that makes sense. 15, it looks like. Now, for the first team that I talked about with Wolverine, Strange, and Captain America, you can have interesting things like Volstagg, Vision. Vision's really good in squad battle because no one's moving, so you're going to hit the damage. And no one's moving, so your guys are going to stay in the damage reduction shield if we take a look. Decrease damage received by 13%, which scales up by 0.65% per level. You can also do Baby Groot because he does another barrier, which is very good. But I would actually like Wong as the third one instead, because everyone's doing, like, if you just look at this team, stun, and anti-dodge. You can just turn all of them off with a Wong. Or one of my favorite teams right here, right? Confusion with a third confusion and a taunt and a stun. Wong just wipes it all out. Last but not least, I want to talk about an ultimate recovery team, which is one that I like a lot. So all of it is off of this one right here, Captain Marvel, Boss of Space. Recovery over time equal to 1.2% of ultimate gauge every second. This will scale off your ultimate recovery, as well as it's 0.2, but with something like a gimmick like this, you do want any little bit that you can get. So if you can put a couple levels into it to at least get it up to 2% per second, that would really make a difference. Now, I'm putting her with Scarlet Witch down here. Increase next skill damage by a good amount every 7 seconds. You're going to have some extra damage throwing around. I'll get into that in just a second. And the third one is Iron Man, which, as we saw, gets cooldown. Now, all three of these synergize really, really well together because Captain Marvel has her jump, something impact that gives her ultimate gauge recovery when she uses said skill. Scarlet Witch has an iframe skill that gives her ultimate gauge recovery when she uses it. Iron Man, which is why I pulled up Iron Man, he has right here recover allies ultimate gauge by 11.46%. And if you wear Kigerr, which I don't recommend, then it would be a higher percent. So you have two characters that really want to use their ultimate as much as possible, and you have a third one that's feeding it to them. Iron Man being the feeder. Iron Man also has a very powerful ultimate, if you remember my video about the infinite Iron Man ult. So you have three characters that want to use their ultimates, and you have a spec that gives, right here, the boss's space that gives everyone more ultimate gauge, and then everyone's feeding ultimate gauge. On top of Iron Man giving skill cooldown, which allows them to use their skills that give them ultimate gauge quicker. This is a very cohesive team. All three of them have a good amount of off targets or iframes. Captain Marvel, her ultimate is an off target for a little, untargetable for a little bit, as well as her faster is an iframe. Then you have Iron Man, who has two untargetable skills, as well as the shield with his ultimate. And you have Scarlet Witch, who has three separate untargetable / iframe type skills. So let me know in the comment section down below what you think of these three teams, and if you have any you've been working on, I would love to hear from you in the comment section down below or in my Discord, and the links down below. Till next time, guys.